Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone that can hear the sound of my voice, to this week's edition of the Petty and Informed podcast, where we venture our petty and ill-informed opinion about a variety of topics. Joining me is just Nikki this week.
Just
Uh,
Nikki, no one
uh,
else, just me.
yeah,
Merry Christmas.
Felix Navidad.
Yes. No fleas on my
Pretty
dog.
sure that. Pretty sure that's the worst pronunciation ever. But
Yep. No fleas on my dog. That's how I say it. Everybody knows what I mean. We got SoFlo in tonight. Hey,
we've got
SoFlo.
SoFlo. No one else
I don't
is
know
here
who else.
yet.
Yeah, I was like, where's the Gabby? It's okay, SoFlo. You won't be alone for long. All right, so how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Dodgy Dreams told you about that. I'm pretty psyched for EastEnders next week.
What do you think is going to happen? Like, what have they set up? We haven't talked about EastEnders on the show for a few weeks because I've been here and I feel like you don't like to talk about it. So let's sit down and talk about the setup for this week coming on EastEnders. Continue.
Well, actually, it's not about you. It's about Tom. Tom's the one that whines about EastEnders, so I don't like to talk about it when he's on.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go. Let's talk about it.
For the last month, since the end of summer, Cindy has been having an affair with Junior.
How dare.
100%, Gabby. Lola will have a video message for someone on Christmas. I would bet my bottom dollar on it. But yeah, so Cindy's been sleeping with Junior. Cindy is a character I despise, right? There are two types of villains in EastEnders. There are the people doing bad stuff because they have to, that are kind of sympathetic. And, you find her, you're like, oh, stop doing that. That's mean. You're being a dickhead. But, like, I understand why you're doing it. And the other kind of villain is the unsympathetic, no moral compass, absolute evil person. And that is Cindy. She is self-serving. She doesn't care about any of her kids. She's a horrible, horrible character. And I'm really annoyed that they brought her back because she was gone for 20 years and I was really happy about it. But she's back and she's been having an affair with Junior. Junior is the son of George. It's the person that she used to be married to. Now, George's brother, who has autism, found out about the affair and Cindy threw him off a balcony and then told him that if he told anyone when he woke up in the hospital that he'd have to go back to his home country because George would be mad at him. So, like, literally wanted her dead after that. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's been going on, and I've been wondering how, because I thought when George's brother found out about it, that was going to be it. That was going to be, that was going to be how they break it. But they didn't break it then. That's not. I guess they're saving it either for New Year's or Christmas. The other thing she did that really annoyed me was Lauren is a recovering addict. She's going out with Peter, Cindy's son, and Cindy got her hooked back on drugs because Lauren found out that Cindy threw George's brother off the balcony. And I was just like,
I'm sorry. It's just saying that someone threw someone off the balcony gives me the giggles. I don't know. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but like legitimately in movies when people fall off balconies, I laugh as well. So maybe I just have a problem. Continue. Just, man, they really hate her since she threw that dude off the balcony. Like, what?
There was plenty of other reasons to hate her before she threw. I mean, she had her husband shot and everything, okay?
Oh, she had her husband shot and she threw a dude off the balcony. Life in prison.
Off a balcony. Yeah. Right.
Just yeeted someone off a building.
Yeeted him off a balcony. It was only first floor, so he wasn't like.
Wait, it was the first floor. She off the balcony of the first floor.
Yes.
So basically, he fell over a gate.
No. You got the ground floor, and then you've got the first floor above the
It's
ground
second floor.
No, that's the first floor. Ground
Anyway,
floor, first floor, second floor.
anyway.
That's why they have a G on elevators.
So she didn't fucking listen. Listen, you give me enough money, I'll push anybody off of a first floor balcony.
That's not saying anything. Give you enough money, you'll do anything.
Well, that's true. But my thing is like, it's who gives a shit? It's 20 feet. Like, unless you land on your head or neck or something, you might have a broken bone. It's gonna hurt.
He's got severe autism. She threw a mentally vulnerable person off a balcony.
The first story balcony. This keeps getting funnier. Tell me more.
Be mindful of what your homework is this week about expressing yourself. But
I'm expressing myself just fine. I don't care about these characters, therefore I can make fun of the stuff. You know.
Okay.
Now, if I was invested and I really cared about poor George or whoever got thrown off of a first story balcony.
You keep giggling whenever it's brought up, okay, which makes me think you don't care. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, continue. I apologize.
So Cindy got Lauren back on drugs, and Lauren told everyone about Cindy chucking that dude off a balcony, but no one believed her because of the drugs, and her fiance left her and stuff, which is a really dick move, and Cindy looked all smugged at the end of this week episodes. But this is an important thing. Now, Freddie, who is just Freddie, works at the chip shop, and Anna, who is Cindy's other daughter, have been running around bird watching for months and months. And I wondered why EastEnders had shoehorned that little side story into it, because it didn't seem to be going anywhere. But it seems the whole reason was because they were recording birdsong, and they've recorded Cindy admitting to the affair. And Elaine, which is George's current wife, found said recording, and that was how Thursday's night episode ended. So with next week being Christmas, and how Christmas is big deal on Albert Square, then I'm guessing that Cindy's storyline is about to blow up on Christmas Day, if I was to guess.
Okay, Gabby, I'm with you. Okay, so apparently I was correct. In America, the first floor is the ground floor. In Europe, the first floor is the second floor, not the ground floor. So second story would cover it, just like Gabby said.
Okay, fine.
And also, Gabby just said, like, did she push him off a curb? That's what I was thinking too. That's why I started laughing harder when he said the first floor, because I was like, so he tripped over like a baby gate or something? Like, what?
Okay, so she chucked him off a second floor balcony. Are you guys happy?
That horrible. Could you imagine like what kind of monster just walks next to someone on the sidewalk and just pushes them off the curb? That's only slightly funnier than off of a balcony. Extra points of cars coming. So anyway.
So I was wondering, because of course Nish escaped from prison a couple of weeks ago, and he wants to stop Suki and Eve's wedding at all costs because he's a bastard man. And I was thinking that was going to be what they rolled with for Christmas, but I'm guessing they're going to go with Cindy's storyline. There are spoilers online, but I never read spoilers for EastEnders. I want to be surprised. But yeah,
gosh.
Cindy.
Really? You don't read the spoilers?
No, I don't read spoilers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm guessing next week is all going to come out about the affair and everything, and Cindy's going to get a comeuppance, and I'm going to be sitting there with a beer and some popcorn, and we're loving every minute of that smug bitch being taken down 2 pegs. It's like 2 extremes here. You're not invested at all, and I'm overly invested.
No, I'm super excited for you. Like, you know what? I legitimately need to figure out a way to watch it. That way I can be up there with you. I used to watch like Guiding Light and As the World Turns every day.
EastEnders with me? Because there is a way.
I would totally watch EastEnders with you, but like I miss that part. Like during the holidays, it's always big on soap operas.
Yeah.
Like it's always a big deal on soap operas, and I miss being invested because it's really kind of nice to like, especially romantic partnerships where you can be invested for a few years before they fuck shit up. You know, like you can be nice and invested in the character because you're spending literal decades with them day after day. I do like that part of soap operas.
Speaking of which, we saw the week started on a very positive note on EastEnders because it looked like Martin and Stacey were finally getting back together, and I've been rooting for that for ages because they're so good together and I love them. But no, Stacey messed it up, so it looks like Martin's going to get with Ruby instead, and I'm just not happy about that at all. Really, yeah, you know, I've never been one for terrorism, but like, I'm seriously thinking about taking hostages to get Martin and Stacey back together.
When the FBI show up at your door,
I'd just be like, yeah, I'm considering.
I said what I said.
I said what I said, and I meant it.
I'm so tired of this crap. I've been waiting. They broke up for a stupid reason anyway.
They did break up for a stupid reason.
I remember you telling me why. And so I get it. I mean, you should definitely, think about making this into a bigger deal than what it is. Totally. Escalate the situation just as much as you can.
Who's the bird with the big top bun? I think that's Linda. What was the stupid reason they broke up? They broke up because Ben were threatened to kill Stacey if Martin wouldn't. That's why they broke up, and that was like 3 years ago.
Right, it was 3 years ago. And here's the thing. Why the fuck didn't he just go, yeah, we're totally broken up. Go tell this girl, hey, as far as he's concerned, we're totally broken up.
He had to make it look real. Still be together. He was worried. He had to make it look real.
Okay, make it look real for a couple of months and then start fucking around again. I'm just saying.
It was a dark time for Ben and Martin that year. But that was the year where Gray finally got caught for being a serial killer. So it was a good laugh. There was some good stuff going on. You would have loved it. But yeah, I guess they're going to save Suki and Eve for New Year's. I'm genuinely surprised because Reese has been keeping Bianca as a kidnap victim for like months now. I thought they were going to do something with that, but it looks like that's going to wait until the new year.
Nice.
Very nice. So that's what's going on in EastEnders. If you're serious, we can watch it together on Monday if you want.
No worries. I work half a day.
All right.
Totes will do.
Yep.
Well, I think I work half a day. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. We're not having surgeries there, so I'm probably, I don't know, I'll probably end up working a full day, to be honest. I'm not sure.
You're not sure at all, even a little
bit? It really depends on what I get up to because, me, I get to work and I become super hyper focused on that. And, So I'll think about going home when I sit down, but who knows how long it is before I sit down.
For anyone who doesn't know what Nikki's like in the mornings, she's like a zombie. She's like, I hate everything. Coffee, let me go back to sleep. But I've been on the phone with her when she's got into work, and she's like, hey girl, what's going on? Let's have a fantastic day. It's quite jarring.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I just take a running start, and then I don't slow down until I finish. I don't know. Because if I slow down, then nothing is getting done. As soon as my butt hits that seat, it's over. It's over. Because I will be so lazy and I'll go home. I will. But if I go in and I immediately start working and I don't stop, I'll get in a good 6, 7, 8 hours and then just go, well, it's good enough, and then leave, you know? So it really depends on what I get into. I might just go in there, and if there's not a whole lot to do, I might just sit around and do some little piddly things until noon and then come home. I'm not sure. But yes, I'm very much like that. Yeah, I shift into work mode. That is correct, Gabby. And no, we did not get any snow. Were we supposed to? That crap doesn't start here until like the end of January to February. We don't really get a lot of snow in December and January. Not really. What snow we do get, like we get an inch or two, and the rest is ice.
Ice, baby.
Which one? I know who you're talking about. Everything is going better, actually. I discovered that a lot of the things that we had worries about weren't really worries at all. Because so essentially this doctor, anytime there's a very difficult surgery that needs to be done, say they've had cataracts for 30 years and they just now decided to finally get to them now that they're totally blind and the cataract is like a rock. We call them cataracts because we're funny. Teehee. Anyway, so when you allow for that to go on for an extended period of time, it means that complications are more apt to arise. So like, you know, they'll notice that you're getting cataracts. They let them grow just a smidge, you know. When they start obstructing, that's when, you know, if you have cataracts and you want them gone and they tell you that they're not bad enough yet, tell them you're having a hard time driving. Once you say you're having a hard time driving or things are fuzzy when you drive, that is when they will get you in for cataract surgery, essentially regardless of the size. Anyway, so they give this person complicated surgeries because the partners just, they don't feel like it. Why should they do that when they can do a 3-minute surgery on just a regular schmegular person? So every person that has like special needs, severe allergies, really anxious, a lot of Medicaid patients, and very difficult patients are all going to this one doctor. His post-op results are better than any other doctors, though. So personally, him and I are getting along better because I'm mean to him now, and I guess that's just what he likes.
That's his love language.
Sarcasm and just spilling tea. Oh my gosh, he loves a good goss session. Like once I found that out, someone finally told me, they were like, "Hey, you want a little hint? He likes gossip." And I was like, "Shit, that's what we've been doing wrong. We could have been talking shit this whole time because I was trying to be professional and not talk shit about the place, you know." But now that I know, he comes in and something will go wrong and I'll be like, "Well, we can't get this because of this." And then him and I just bitch for about 4 or 5 cases. And then, you know, we've had a good day. So, it's just us getting along. I'm fairly certain that he is, on the spectrum at some point. I think most surgeons are. He's just very brash and blunt and sarcastic, and it's hard sometimes to tell the difference between him screwing with you and him being a dick. And both are things that do happen, but it's better. Yeah.
Huh. Well,
He is married. He's been married for a very long time. He has a son. He's yeah, he's married, and I believe he's very happily married. They've got an adult son. Like, when he talks about his wife and his son, like, you can tell he loves his family. She's probably a mess, though. I bet you that she's like a fun kind of mess to have to deal with him. She's gotta be pretty cool. She's got to be a cool chick. Because I can't imagine that you have to be like super uptight to deal with him. You have to be a pretty understanding woman.
That's the thing about us sarcastic curmudgeon-y bastards. It takes a hell of a woman to put up with us.
That's very true.
Not that that's Nikki.
I'm not a wonderful woman. I would stab that man.
Just like straight up stab him.
Just listen, with a 15 blade. That's a diamond blade. It literally, it's 1 millimeter. It's barely anything. It's like a poke. It's like a little jabby jab. Needles are just as bad. Just saying. But not lately. I haven't wanted to stab him lately. Everything's been good. My work life has been okay. And I have been practicing being assertive, which has paid off for me this week. By me not having to go. What have you been
assertive about?
Oh, it was, so they wanted me to finish doing the 4 jobs they had me doing that all happen in succession, but I have to somehow figure out how to get all of them done. And they wanted me to go to a different location and do like 10 more surgeries over there. And she said, "You don't mind doing that, do you?" And I said, yes, I do. And she started laughing and giggling. She's like, "You do mind, or you don't mind." And then she looked at me again. She goes, "Do you?" And I go, yeah, I do. I'm not going.
I'm not
So
going
they
to
sent
Ridgeway.
someone else. They sent someone else.
I mean, you got to do that.
It felt good because honestly, like, I was talking to my therapist about it, and I was like, it doesn't upset me when they ask me to go. Most of the time, like, I've called you up on my way between locations, and I'm just like, watch, when I get there, they're not even going to need me. This is stupid. But hey, they're paying me to drive for an hour, and they're giving me mileage. I'm on the clock. Yeah, let's go. I never complain because generally it doesn't bother me, but I genuinely was done that day. And then I felt bad because my coworker had to go, and she went into the bathroom and cried for 3 cases because she didn't want to go either.
I mean, everyone likes to, cry at work.
My thing is her and I run entire days by ourselves. She's done 20 some cases by herself. I've done 20 some cases by myself, and we're doing our own instruments and we're doing everything. Sometimes post-oping our own patient. If you go over to the big place, one person has one job. They have one person on instruments and one person running lasers, and they got 2 people in post-op, and it functions with a full staff, but we're expected to do 10 million things. And we always relieve them. Sometimes we're just there to relieve them so that they don't have to take out their own garbage. I'm not kidding. It's literally just so that they don't have to take out their own garbage. we get dropped over there. But if it's just one of us and we've got 40 cases, no one comes to help us. We do all of it. Yeah. So when they ask us from one location, from our location, mine, to go to the other ones, we definitely always have a chip on our sleeve because we're never bailed out. We had a long day on Tuesday, I think, and they got off at 11:30.
11:30.
They got off at 11:30. We were super short staffed. It was just Autumn and I doing our own instruments, doing what they didn't bring anybody in to help relieve us, to help take off a little bit of the weight. They never did. So that's why we always have a chip on our shoulder. Yeah, we just have a skeleton crew place, which is where I work, which I prefer to be there. I love that place. And then we have the big honkin' place that has 20 people in each slot, with most people not doing anything. But it's also insanely chaotic, and I don't like it because I like my chill little place.
Dig the vibe in a little place better than the big
I do.
place.
It's because we're all trauma bonded. Like we all are doing twice the amount of work, sometimes 3-4 times the amount of work. And so we all team together. And like if you just sit back and watch us, like we'll have some patients come through and just be like, it's like a well orchestrated like choir or something. Like you guys are run like a machine. You guys run so good because everything is smooth because we've just everybody has to be a team player. Everybody has to help each other out because we're on a skeleton crew. And we all just genuinely love each other. We love working with each other. None of us bitch about one another, really. You know, everybody works in perfect harmony. It is like a dance going through there. Because even if we're picking up somebody else's slack, it's like no one misses a beat in what's going on. Because we just, I don't know, it's an entire vibe. I love that place. And I will take my shitty hours and my shitty pay and work harder just so that I can be around people that I love being around. I don't know. There you go.
And that's Nikki's,
Thank you for
diatribe
listening to my TED Talk. I apologize.
on her place of employment.
I love my place of employment. They're just assholes, you know?
Yeah. But in a fun way.
Yep. Yeah. In a
Just
fun way.
in a fun way. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Why not? Honestly, I didn't hear you because I was reading what Gabby said. I was catching up on chat. You don't tend to look at them, but I do. And that means sometimes I miss things. I apologize. What did you say, sir?
I said they're all assholes in a fun way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all assholes in a fun way. But not really. We're all like one bad day away from a meltdown. It's like when it's bad weather, a bunch of us are like, God, please just blow this place down. And then someone will say like, no, because then we'll have to go to the other place. And we're like, oh yeah, never mind. God, please blow that place down. Yeah, what else were we going to talk about? What did you have planned?
Well, we had the EastEnders thing. That was pretty fun. And then, oh, I forgot. I need to start writing stuff down. There was a thing I did want to talk about, but I have forgotten about it because...
Was it a case you were...
A case?
Like a crime thing?
No, I've actually... Oh, this is your fault, by the way. I've stopped watching true crime in favor of Bose's Karen drunk body cam videos.
I love Erica Bozeman. I adore her, and I'm so happy that you appreciate her channel as much as I do.
Oh, she's like so charismatic. Like, because I don't know if this is like a right or wrong thing to say, but I'm just going to be honest. She could take the easy way out and be a titty streamer if she wanted.
Oh,
She's
she
that
absolutely
good.
could. Oh, she
She's
is.
that good looking enough. But the fact that she does actual research and she's so charismatic and everything, and she's just really good at what she does.
And very well informed. It's not just
Yeah.
charismatic, but like she'll pause to go into
Research.
the
Yeah.
psychology of why someone might be acting the way that they are. And I love that because I like the psychology of stuff because, you know, I see patterns in certain things in myself and in other people. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense why this person would act this way. I never thought about it like that, but that makes sense. But, you know, I learn a lot from her. But you're right. She is drop dead gorgeous, just insanely good looking.
Yeah. And she could just sit on Twitch in her underwear and on the just chatting section and make a killing. But the fact that she, you know, I don't want to say that, you know, gives me more respect for her because, you know, honestly, them women that do that, you know, they work hard as well. But, you know,
Oh, they absolutely do. I mean, but she works insanely hard.
yeah,
I know she has editors and stuff. She works insanely hard, and she probably doesn't make an nth of the amount that she would if she would just tits out play video games all day.
yeah.
And she does play video games. Like she has a little gaming channel, but that's not her primary stuff. You know, Bose versus the World is what we're talking about. It's Bose vs the Worlds. She's
Yeah.
awesome. And then, you know, of course, I also like Swoop.
I don't like Swoop because she uses AI.
She uses filters. She uses filters. She uses ring lights and makeup. Part of the reason why she looks so smooth are the ring lights and makeup. And another reason why, if you pause, it might look a little bit weird is because you don't know where they're cutting on the editing.
Her mouth twisted 90 degrees. It's AI. It's an AI avatar.
It could be an issue. It's not an AI avatar. You can literally go see her in concert. That's what she looks like. But whenever you get her with the ring lights, like, because remember, we were looking at her ad and you said, yeah, that's what she really looks like. And that's not bad. That's because she didn't have a ring light shoved up her face on either side. Like, she's just standing in a room with room lighting. She doesn't have a ring light 2 feet away from her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's probably not got makeup caked on. Like with Bose just comes on there like however the fuck she feels that day. So if she's wearing makeup, she's wearing makeup. And if she's not, she's not. And no one gives a crap. But you can see Swoop in concert. She's a performer. She's not using AI. She's using filters, and more than likely what you're seeing is possibly a digital package that got jacked up in editing, which does happen. But yeah, it's
like
not an
Swoop
AI
as much
filter.
as I like Bose.
Yeah,
I'm just,
I agree. I agree. They're
yeah.
two very different people, but I do enjoy Swoop documentaries because she goes deep.
She does. She does. They're
Yeah.
like 4 hours long.
Yeah, they're good.
I like that chapter as well.
That chapter is a great one. So you've been watching Best of Body Cam instead. Yeah.
I have. Instead of Sinister. Yeah, I've been watching body cam videos. I was hoping Will
Sinister was great though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh. So you will agree
waiting.
with the person that murdered the woman. I don't feel like I agree with her. I don't believe that it was Sinister, but I mean it is a woman killer, but she did the right damn thing.
Oh, the pedophile one.
Yeah, the pedophile.
Oh yeah,
next door.
no. Yeah, no. Like And when it came out that he was diddling her kids, I was like,
all
oh,
3 of them.
I was like, yeah, no, you did the right thing. You did the right thing, 100%.
Yeah, she
But
just
I tell
refused
you
to
what was
use it.
so cool about her as well is that she could have said that during the trial,
Yeah, and she
and
absolutely did not.
and the jury would have just been like, yeah, whatever. But because it was her kid's story, she didn't, and she ended up doing like 10 years for it when
Yeah.
she could have gotten off. That's a really good mother right there.
For freaking real, like, she could have exploited her children's pain to
Yeah.
get out of jail, but instead of doing that, she had the integrity and, I don't know, dignity and grace to, like, allow her children to come out with that when they chose to, and if they chose to, with whom they choose to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that was absolutely, I think she should have gotten an award for, like, Mother of the Year, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
'Cause
killed the man who molested your children. You immediately went to the police and were like, I did this, I screwed up. You didn't try to hide it. You were upset about it. She got like 2nd degree or manslaughter, some BS like that.
yeah.
But the reason why she had killed him was and she never used it in court. Never
Never
allowed them to
used it.
say mum to anyone. It came out later that
Mhm.
all 3 of her boys had been diddled, like all 3.
Yeah.
So
Absolute nothing but respect, and that was just like the criminal justice system really messing up. But we've got a really lame justice system in this country. It's pathetic. You can murder someone and you'll get out one day.
Korea is pretty bad. I was watching Rotten Mango
Hmm.
is amazing. She's so good with true crime, but she does a lot of Asian based crimes or Korean, all of those, like stuff that you don't get to hear about in the States. We don't really talk about it. So the way that they work there is there was a man who'd killed like 250 kids or something. It was something ridiculous, or had molested 250 kids. Anyway, say that you have 20 charges of 1st degree murder, and the highest thing that you got, or not 1st degree, 2nd degree murder, the highest that you got was a 10-year sentence, and the other ones were 10 years or 7 years or whatever. You only have to serve 10 years. You serve them all consecutively. So you could essentially murder hundreds of people and only do 20 years.
Yeah, that's how it is. Well, no, but you do about 20 years for murder over here. I'm like, that's just ridiculous.
1st degree, or do you guys have degrees? Because I mean, we
Yeah,
have
1st degree.
manslaughter.
1st degree premeditated murder. You'll do 25 years max.
Y'all don't have a life sentence?
Oh, that is the life sentence. They call it life, but it's 25 years.
Huh.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, concurrently. Yes, sorry, concurrently. Thank you, Gabby. You serve them concurrently, so all at the same time. That's ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe as Americans, we think a little bit differently about that, because I'm all like, put them underneath the jail, lock them up forever.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what it is, absolutely. But like that shit, I don't know. I sometimes, like, murder is never supposed to be the answer, right? And it's not the answer. There's always other things that you can do.
Or yeah, but it
But
is sometimes.
Sometimes it's an understandable answer at that time to that person. You know, like a mother who finds out that a man has molested all 3 of her sons. The
Yeah.
next door neighbor Like, you haven't trusted anyone. You're just trying to make it on your own. And the first person that you trust molests your kids. In
Yeah.
that
Oh,
moment, like, that's gotta be like temporary insanity or something. Like, you have to take into account that that's a protective nature. And like at that point, like, of course she snapped. I think that most sane people, it doesn't, unless they're like way holier than thou. I can't imagine that anybody would just stand by and not have to, like, at least be stopped from doing something drastic like that to somebody that you have ready access to. Unless you're a
yeah.
crap parent, that man was dead. Like,
Yes.
I don't really care who lived next door to him. He diddled 3 kids. No, that man was gonna
More
die
kids than
eventually.
that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So many more kids than that, and didn't have to go on a registry. Like, I know someone right now who molested both of his daughters and only got off on obscenity. He's not on a registry anywhere. He's dating all these girls that have these young girls, and, like, who knows what the hell he's doing with them. He's not on a registry.
Yeah. It was just a total failure. Of all counts, and like they were gonna check his criminal history, and he didn't consent, and they still checked it, but nothing came back because it was so long ago, which is just ridiculous. And there was like all these little ways this entire situation could have been avoided, but it's just horrible. And like it's like you said, murder's like should be the last resort, but it is still it should be a
It's a
resort
resort.
in
Right.
extreme situations. It should be a resort.
I mean, in
But
extreme situations, we don't charge our soldiers for murder.
no.
In extreme situation, correct. I don't know. Like, if someone breaks into your house and you shoot them, you have the right, at least in America, to protect your
Plant your feet
property.
and stand your ground. Yeah. It's called castle
Yeah.
doctrine.
Yeah. So, like,
We don't have that over here. A farmer shot a robber that broke into his house, and the farmer went to jail over here.
now over here, we have had someone break into someone's house while they were away on vacation,
Yeah.
locked himself in the garage, couldn't get out, and had to, like, live off of dog food and drinking his own urine for like 5 days before the people found him, and he sued and won.
That's insane. On
You can
what
break it
possible
you can
ground?
break into someone's house and fall down their stairs while looting their TV and sue them.
I mean,
100%. It's ridiculous.
like there's a very famous case of castle doctrine that I saw recently. I'm just trying to think. James Rail. There we are. That's a good one. He became obsessed with his ex-girlfriend, even though they hadn't dated for like 10 years. Suddenly, there must have been mental health at play, because it was weird. He just became obsessed with her, and he followed her home one day and tried breaking her in. And the dad was like, "I'm armed. Stop trying to break in." And he just kept going. So the dad shot him. He died, and no one was charged. But that's to my mind, that's why the Second Amendment existed. And then, of course, there's that other one, Ken McElroy. I've talked about him a few times.
Yeah.
It was a town bully who bullied an entire town for years, and they just couldn't put him in jail. So in the end, the town just shot him.
Yep.
And
then all covered for each other.
And then all covered for each other. And
It was
in
beautiful.
that situation, I'm just like, yeah, you know, you had no other option.
Right.
They tried
Play
everything
stupid
else.
games, win
They
stupid
tried
prizes.
putting him in jail. They tried charging him. Nothing worked. So, you know, last resort, but still a resort.
Yup. They did what they had to do.
Man, we've gone to a weird place after a conversation about soap operas.
Right. There you go.
How did we end up on vigilante justice?
It's all Gabby's fault. We're just going to blame Gabby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just blame it on the Gabby. But yeah, that's what I've been watching, Bose.
Nice. I'm about to catch up on her whenever we get off of here.
Fair enough. Fair enough, which, I don't know, that seems like a natural stopping point to me, unless you want to talk about anything else.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, that'll wrap us up for this week. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
We have a show before the end of the year, 28th. Yep. So we will have a show before the end of the year.
Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa.
Have a happy holiday, whatever you're celebrating. And yeah, Merry Christmas all. And to all, good night.
Good night.